The world is old. Age after age has passed. Civilizations have risen, fallen to ash, and been replaced more times than anyone alive can count. Secrets hide like gemstones under layers of earth and time, waiting to be revealed and claimed by the fearless and the foolhardy. But the earth hides much, and dark things slumber in dark places, waiting to be disturbed. On the surface, old kingdoms vie with new. Simple families struggling to survive, trying to live happy lives, are thrown about in the tempests of conflict and war. Nations protect their own, or exploit them, or sacrifice them to fuel the power of their god kings. Some gods touch the lands and their peoples, while others watch with interest as their followers burn.
Greetings, my fellow Narcadians. It is I, Telsar Gelden, Master of the Narcadian Order, and welcome back for more Immortalis Pathfinder, ran by Magic Dealer as our Game Master. I hope everyone had a nice and safe Thanksgiving week, and especially a safe Black Friday weekend. Not much to go over in terms of my channel. I will be starting up my own campaign here in the very near future. I don't have an exact date set for when that will start. But yes, I will be running my homebrew campaign, which is called Chronicles of Antara, Aileron. Aileron is the continent that it will be taking place on. And you got a bit of a sneak peek of that during my Halloween special, because that was set on Aileron. Zargard is also planning on starting a new campaign himself, although he's going to be taking not running it quite so often as he did with his other campaign, probably more like once a month deal with him. But, and hopefully that will end up with a better product at the end. The last session of his game, unfortunately, I did not post, because my audio drivers got updated and I did not change the settings in OBS, so all you heard was me. None of the player audio was recorded. I think it was just me and the music. That was all that was recorded. None of their voices in Discord got recorded, but I have fixed that for this, for today. But, we managed to... I'll give you a synopsis of what happened during the last campaign, last session of his campaign, if any of you were paying any attention to it. We infiltrated the Necromancer's final lair, worked our way through his lieutenants, and finally got to meet the big bad himself, at which point I turned traitor. I was a secret agent working embedded into the party, and when Zargard said his trigger phrase for me, I went ahead and turned invisible and tried to do what I could to help my boss, which ended up not being much of anything, because they, Mike's character put up a wall of force, which pretty much blocked me from really getting much of anywhere, and the boss fight didn't last maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and at that point I was like, okay, he's dead. I'm going to use my Cloak of the Monty back. I'm going to Dimension Door out of here and get the fuck out. So that's how that whole thing ended, and so yeah. But without further ado, we shall join the other players in but mere moments.
Alright, who wants to recap last session?
Oh, please let me. I've recently... I went and tagged it all for a certain someone.
Okay, then go ahead. Pell, take it over.
Last time on Immortalis, our intrepid heroes took the prince back to the special undead, preparation bunker, I guess. The undead apocalypse bunker. And thusly decided that we were going to split up the party because some people were more conspicuous than others, and we did in fact just break the prince out of the castle. Spectacularly well, by the way. So Cyrus, Yav, and the prince stayed in the bunker to stay safe, whereas Vance, Orin, and Orin moved out, since technically Vance and Renard were there the entire time. We're not actually there. Shadowfox was, though. While out, they got a summons to attend a gathering required by all nobles from the general. Basically, they showed up. The man read his manifesto, basically ushering in a new form of government that he will oversee until he is satisfied. That basically involves an elected leader instead of so basically they're killing the what's it called? Monarchy. There we go. So our brilliant players decided that they must go back and tell their friends in the hole what exactly just happened. And by pure random happenstance, some people were standing in front of the monument to enter the bunker, and one of them pulled out a knife and stabbed the other. Being the brave and noble souls that they are,
Is that what we're calling it these days?
There's sarcasm. It's all sarcasm.
Okay, I was about to say.
Orin, within city limits, cast Grease on the fleeing suspect. It did not work well. So was about to cast Mudball, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. I play caster. Does it show? No. It said Vance just shot him in the back. And so when the authorities showed up, they arrested them because, magic casting in a very heavily populated area is extremely illegal. And Vance shot a bitch. So, meanwhile, in the distance, Shadowfox was just laughing his ass off watching the whole thing. Until he thusly decided, he's like, alright, it's been 5 minutes, it's fine. And decided to try to get into the bunker after scaring the absolute piss out of a guard. And went down. So, meanwhile, our arrested people go on trial. Both are basically confirmed guilty, except Vance has to serve out his military time because he was labeled as a deserter. Of which the military does not take too fond of, so he had to do extremely hard labor for 2 weeks. And Orin was under the supervision of a magic teacher because he saved his fucking life with the most god-tier diplomacy role ever.
I think Orin was actually in jail, having just watched the video. It was going to be after he got out of jail.
Oh, yeah, he was in solitary, right.
Yeah.
Right. That's not going to fuck a bitch up at all. Meanwhile, down in the hole, we were stuck there after the prince nobly decided he was gonna go out and take the general's offer, much to it upset Yav's not wanting that.
Dismay.
Dismay. Thank you. Words are
Yeah.
hard. And where we were trapped for 2 weeks afterwards. But because of the amazingness that which is Yav, we discovered 2 more layers of... Actually, I think Cyrus found the other one. We found 2 more layers to the bunker. The second one of which was basically stuff to rebuild human civilization after the war. And the last one was a pretty much fully stocked like artificer's workshop. So that was dope as hell. And now, after the prince has collected our convicts and is now returning to the bunker to unearth our trapped heroes. What a fucking session.
And most of it was because me and Brett were idiots.
Oh, at least you admit it.
Oh, I freely admit when I'm acting dumb.
It was truly a sight to behold.
And I didn't have the excuse of being drunk at the time.
Yeah, we really didn't have much of an excuse for anything we did.
Watching that, listening to that train wreck was certainly a thing.
I will say,
I could not say anything.
I will say, I stand by my decision. I stand by it. I maybe do stupid things, but I don't do stupid things without at least thinking this will probably be funny.
Decisions were
made. And it is
made.
totally within my character motivations to help out random people like that.
Decisions were made and consequences were had.
Yes. And now I'm the military's bitch again.
Well, the prince's bitch, also called a plot leash.
Like I needed one.
Oh, the whole party needs a couple. I mean,
Hey.
No, this is fine. It's fine. So the door opens and there's a hiss of air, like a can that's been shaken too long.
Cyrus, buddy. There's
Yes.
things
There's
coming
things.
down.
All right, get prepared.
I'll eat everyone. It's okay this time, right?
Yes.
And, down the stairs comes the prince and your missing companions.
Prince buddy! Yob goes up and gives him a hug. You're okay! Y'all was about to storm the castle and eat everyone inside of it.
Sorry
You know-
that took so long.
Yob forgives you.
Did you manage being trapped down here?
Well, y'all was so cool, and y'all found like a bunch of cool extra stuff. Y'all will tell you about it later. And stuff like that. But like, y'all was really hungry for actual food.
Yes, I thought you might be.
Prince Buddy Yovs, no. Prince Buddy Yovs, no, knows Yov so well.
He has a little satchel tied around the side of his waist, which he, a couple of them. He hands one to you, and it's fish.
Yay! Just start shoving them in my mouth. Crunch, crunch. Just chewing on the bones full eyes.
Well, yeah, we have been put into the prince's service here.
Oh, right, you guys.
Nice to see you too, yeah.
Yeah, y'all was stuck in a hole for 2 weeks. Wait, actually, how long has it been? Cyrus, buddy, I know you've been like keeping track and stuff. It was 2 weeks, right?
It felt like a month, but
Oh,
yeah, I think it's
Please
been.
tell y'all it wasn't a month.
It wasn't a month.
The prince holds another bag out towards you, Cyrus.
All right, I'll take it.
It has some delicious foodstuffs.
All right, I'll start eating as well.
So the negotiations were a little rougher than I thought they were going to be. I have come to certain terms with the general.
Y'all will eat him if you want. Y'all will do it.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
There's a lot of support on his side. You were previously in military service, and that has come to light in the intervening weeks. And rather than being arrested and prosecuted for crimes you may or may not have committed, such as absconding from your post, which may or may not have happened, instead you will be retroactively assigned to duty under me, and well, we're gonna try to win an election.
Fun.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Y'all will eat everyone that opposes you.
Please don't.
That's. Yo, that's not how you do elections.
Oh,
At least
but,
not
like,
unless you're trying to be very underhanded. In which case, if you do eat people, make sure it's out of sight of everyone in the city and do it very quietly.
Y'all
so no one.
isn't taking that advice from you right now.
Yeah, the best way to win elections is to be around people who've been to prison and criminals, and I stare at two people directly.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Well, we can look at. He can always look this as an outreach program of trying to reform convict felons.
Yeah, you guys, right?
Good job to spin it.
Hey, Cyrus, buddy, Yav is officially not the worst person. It's not like the most wanted thing in this party right now.
That is correct. It's amazing.
I will have you know, my crime is not. My crime is infinitely less worse than what the idiot over there did.
Yeah, what'd you get charged with?
Carrying a weapon.
Well,
Yav feels like that wasn't all.
I mean, also technically murder, but that's a different. But it doesn't really count when
Wait,
And murder, you say?
you killed someone?
Yes. Well, not really.
It was
Wait, what do you mean not really? Prince Buddy, what did they do?
It was more. That was in self-defense. It was also desertion.
Okay, see that what? Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, they got in trouble. That's what they did.
How is desertion funny?
No, more specifically that you guys got charged with desertion.
I guess. I mean, I could go back to the courthouse and tell everyone else about you, and then we'd all have
Yeah,
some
but
problems.
y'all never deserted.
It seems like, but from what the prince just told us, it seems like we've been wrapped back into the service. So,
Y'all was already still in the service.
so desertion is no longer a thing.
Right. So really, technically speaking, I didn't desert because
And-
they dropped that charge, if I remember correctly.
And no more desertion until you eat your lunch.
Fun.
Yeah, I saw what you did there. That's very funny. But there is dessert, right?
I mean, there is. I know I can make it for you.
So,
Y'all knows how to listen. No, not you. Never you.
But I have a chocolate cake recipe.
Yeah, well, also, no. Y'all doesn't take food from convicts.
you didn't take food from him to begin with, so I don't see what
Yeah,
the
that's
difference
the
is.
joke.
But
Now,
anyway,
But now Yob has a way to make it really funny.
we have much other things to discuss.
I'll be right back.
I
But this is funnier.
funny, but not productive.
Yeah, well, being stuck in a hole for 2 weeks is not productive. And yet, guess what y'all's been doing?
Being Yov.
No, being stuck in a hole for 2 weeks.
Stuck in a hole. Yeah.
Well, look at it on the bright side. You could have been down here for 3 weeks.
Ugh.
Well, let's head to my estate before they decide to close the door on us again, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, yes, please.
All right. The prince heads up out of this structure here through the hidden passageway in the fountain, and takes a roundabout path towards his fresh estate, which just happens to pass a whole bunch of food stalls. Since he figured y'all might still be hungry and or want something.
Yes.
And he, if you express you want something, he buys you whatever it might be along the way.
Oh, y'all can get used to this. I mean, well, thank you. Sorry, Cyrus Buddy says to say thank you.
You are welcome. And you'll need your strength because we have a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah.
Great. At least I'm not eating real food. They were making us eat shit biscuits in the goddamn hole in prison for a week.
At least you were eating trail rations the whole time.
Do you know what shit biscuits are?
No.
Hardtack. Imagine, y'all, the driest, hardest piece of bread you have ever encountered.
Well, y'all just have to do that because Cyrus Buddy can make water, so y'all can just soak it in water.
That's right.
Yeah, but they did. Forget it. But yeah, imagine that, but now fill it with bugs and then make it come from like 60 years ago for some reason.
I'm pretty sure they didn't serve us that shit.
They served me that shit.
Well,
You probably offended someone.
Probably.
Yeah.
Those are a cheap way to add protein.
Desertion does that, so
this is true. Yeah, the bugs add protein.
So be on the enemy. Also be on the enemy's.
You
try to get them infested on purpose for that extra.
Well, they did
an extra crunch.
Oh, they tried to infest me. They did a poor job because that ship has sailed years ago.
Haha! You can't cover me with bugs because I'm already covered with bugs. Wait. I'm not sure that's the effect you think it was.
It is when you know what I do. If you spend a long time around dead bodies, you get used to bugs.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be like on you.
I mean, if you have to dig into a corpse every so often, they might crawl on you.
Anyway, we should probably move this along so
Yes.
we can get Sylvia back in here.
So, he escorts you back to the estate and lets you know he's sent a runner out to find the final person in your military contingent, your small group, with information about what has happened and military orders to return to his estate to resume service, and he has no idea when they'll be found or when they show up, but he figures probably more or less exactly when they expect.
I guess no one bothered to tell the prince that the house we were staying in literally lifted itself off its foundations and moved.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I've told him about that. Yeah, I've told him about Roller.
Shit.
Yep, so we could see your missing compatriot at any time.
Like now, maybe.
He says, kicking up his boots and putting him on his chair in a quite dramatic fashion as he stares at the doorway.
I think that's your cue.
A quiet knock will round on the door just as he puts his feet up conveniently.
Oh, Yav got it! Yav got it! Yav skitters over the door and opens the door.
Yeah, you look good.
Official buddy! Yav just like tackles you.
Yav, obviously being a fearsome beast, takes Altisha to the ground in a tackle hug.
Official buddy, Yav gets to see all their buddies today!
That's wonderful, Yav. So did you, like, save the day or whatever? Is the prince king? What's going on? I got a letter with some details, but...
I walk over there and say, I'm so happy you're here. And I look right at you. You're in charge again. And turn around.
like don't.
I've aged too much
Like
in so little time.
you're like, don't ever leave me in charge of these clusterfucks again.
Yav, you know, Yav, of course Yav was like the hero always, right?
It's been a train wreck.
A single tear rolls down Cyrus's cheek.
Yeah.
Well, sorry I was away for so long. I was tending to an infant, I suppose. An infant that is older than all of us, but whatever. It was a little bit of work, but we're getting there. We're getting there, you know? So...
But you left me with 2 of them.
Look,
Yav is not a baby.
I wasn't counting you.
all you have to do is
Oh,
not
that's
listen.
funny.
All you have to do is not listen to what they say and tell them exactly what to do. It's very simple. I really don't understand the big issue.
Well, I failed at that. So.
Well, it's okay, Cyrus. It's a learning opportunity. We all grow and develop as people over time.
It's true. It's true.
So, what's the stitch? What are we doing? What's the game? What's the angle? Is he a prince?
Well, no, because Yav doesn't think there's actually a monarchy anymore.
Yeah. Give them the recap. Yeah. It's been great. Especially don't leave out the part of people going to jail. That's the key.
Oh, right. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer actually got, like, super in trouble.
Like, what did they do?
I will explain what we did so you don't misconstrue anything and don't listen to the gremlin.
Oh, this should be fun.
Basically, after we left with our other noble friend to tell them, some people were out in front of the fountain that we call our home base, and someone got stabbed. So, thinking quickly and not really thinking at all at the same time,
which is our hallmark.
yes. Orin tried to cast a spell and failed.
No. The spell went off. It wasn't effective.
Hey, Corey. And I shot the person who stabbed the person in the back with a crossbow. We then got arrested and sent to prison for a while.
Hold on. Let me check this out real quick. So you had a secret base, right? I'm on the right track so far. We had a secret base, and you saw, we'll say assault or attempted whatever, happen outside of it, which is obviously already going to draw a lot of attention. So at that point, instead of leaving and letting the heat cool off, you doubled down, involved yourselves, and jeopardized everyone who was in the hole. This is okay. All right. I just want to make sure I have a read on the situation.
This is what happens after you left.
She puts some notes down in her book. On that note,
in my defense,
on the note of Altisha's book, she will also provide the prince a copy of her logbook that explains basically the party's whole adventure up till Letitia left, and then her solo adventure, whatever she was doing.
Nice.
So whatever happened to the house?
Oh, it's my artificery, but it's basically the same. I haven't really changed the house much. I'm not really a carpenter, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I'll touch your buddy. Yob has something to show you later. If we're allowed back in the hole, that is.
But anyways, so yeah, like I said, so you said the monarchy got dissolved. The prince is still alive, so are we a dictatorship now? Not really. Are we?
It seems like the general is trying to institute some sort of democratic system.
Okay, cool. So long story short, we need support to defeat our lich. So we need a ruler instated.
And I point my thumb at our prince.
Yeah, I was pretty sure he's not allowed to.
That's why we're going to help him win the election, so he can.
Prince Buddy, is that right?
That's what we're gonna try to do.
That's very fair.
And as
Skepticism is very, very fair.
I mean, as long as the general continues to play fair and does not try to impede the prince's election efforts.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see. There are a lot of noble families in the kingdom.
Yeah, but all the noble families don't have a Yav.
Yeah, but it's a very big cookie to dangle in front of all of them.
Cookie where? What?
Calm down. No cookies. We'll get you a cookie later.
Shut up, convict!
Well,
Go fuck yourself, you weird gremlin creature.
first things first, if it's voted by noble houses, we already know we have the Lombre support, which won't be much, but that's one of however many houses there are. 40 something?
Unless
44.
like Rich Boy wants to actually decide, like he wants it.
Alright. 44 noble houses, so that's the Delombres. I am a Hyrule, even though my family don't have much to do with me. They are a noble house. Arguably, I could make a statement to them. Does anyone else have any connections saying noble houses that we could bring over quickly, without a bunch of effort?
Well, the problem is that all the other noble families will be doing the same thing. So there's probably not going to be a lot of lower or no effort holdouts there. I suspect we're going to see coalitions form around specific individuals here pretty quickly.
So we should move fast. It's a numbers game, right? It's not about how much wealth or influence you have, it's about literally just which number of votes you have.
Well, it is about the number of votes you have, but wealth, influence, all of that can go into claiming those votes. The House will vote on all the candidates, excluding them one by one until only one is left. So there will be a series of votes in sequence, one after another, to determine who will be the temporary ruler of the country.
Well, did you have any friends, like in the the people that we could talk to get started?
I have some noble associates, but also, as you can imagine, quite a few people are pissed off at me for sharing the last name of the last king.
Which is why Yav was wondering if you personally had friends that knew you, so they knew you were cool.
I have some, but we will need to take some actions to generate additional support or cause a loss of support for some of the opponents.
Ooh, we can go find dirt on them.
Now that sounds like fun.
So stepping out a bit because we're not going to do a whole political campaign,
unfortunately.
Boo.
There,
I want to commit criminal. I want to commit political espionage.
Let's Watergate this bitch.
so that's not necessarily off the table. We're just not going to do it in detail in sequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next couple of months are spent gathering up support, filling out the different nobles, getting an idea of who's going to be a serious contender, and who's just going to be basically a follower voting on but not actually participating.
Yeah.
And support basically boils down to 8 candidates in total, including the former prince. Oh, former prince. Such a sad title. And you will have options or opportunities during each vote to take actions either to attempt to protect the prince from his political opponents or to attempt to influence those political opponents in a negative way. The primary thing during each voting round is that the person with the lowest final score will basically be removed and then the voting will be reheld.
Mm-hmm. I think in the early rounds we need to protect the prince, especially since he needs to prove that he's like not his dad.
Yeah.
First. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
I mean,
not you two.
We'll see what options are put
Yeah.
before us and what things come up that are suitable for our particular party to handle, you know? I'm sure there'll be different opportunities for different people, so we'll see what happens.
So the prince will be handling his side of it, practicing the speech, debates, what have you. Each of you can choose one person to act for or against. And you can decide for yourselves what actions you're going to attempt to take to influence the election. And then we'll do a quick roll to determine your success or failure. Noting that these people will also have their own agents.
Yeah, but they don't have a job, so like.
They do not. So these are the political families who have gathered enough support to be contenders. The last one, of course, is the prince.
Meridigili. That's okay. Sane Dawari. Igamir, Elias. I'm trying to pronounce these.
Meridigli, Sane, Dwari, Agmanir, Ellis, Ninery, Saiway, and of course the prince.
Get
Henry
this.
is like the most fucking French garbage I think I've heard.
These all sound like British names. Like if you've ever been to a lot of British towns, they aren't pronounced anyway the way they're spelled. Like here's a town. I'll post it in the chat.
Why do you just have
How do you
that
think you
off-
pronounce that?
Postwick?
Posick.
No, I can see that too.
Soontight?
That's
Okay,
my joke.
So all of us get to do one thing for or against one of
No, I
those
think we
names.
pick people, right?
Yes,
Oh.
you can. Each of you can choose to take your action for the round to protect the prince, or one of you could protect the prince while 4 of you attempt to just totally wreck one opponent, or you could each select a different opponent to attempt to create a negative effect against.
And this is just for the first round?
Yeah. first round. We just need
Uh,
one person to be worse than him. So
Well, who can we? Do we even know about the public opinion of all these people so far?
The public opinion doesn't matter so much
Well,
as the
sorry.
noble opinion.
Yeah, but like the
And these are the ones that are closely balanced enough to actually have a chance of winning. However, the prince himself has, shall we say, a less highly held opinion, both because this whole situation is kind of his family's problem
yeah.
caused by them, and also he's the youngest person on the list.
Okay.
So he's
Well-
starting with a kind of a penalty there.
Yeah. Who's like the least popular at besides the prince? Do we know?
They're all pretty much the same in that this is the first round. They're not very established, etc., etc.
Yeah.
If you want to ask about a specific person, I can give you more information about them in particular.
Can I ask about all of them, or is it like?
Like, I don't want to go through and list all the information I have about all of them that you know, and then have you all forget it.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to know if there's one that's more contentious than the rest of them.
I don't know. There's something about Dwari that's kind of like leaping out at me. So.
All right, give us Dwari then.
All right. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Dory is a this Dory is a female dwarf.
I figured it might have been a dwarf name.
She is rather rugged in appearance and very unusual for dwarves. She has a smattering of red hair, and she is generally decked out in very fine clothing, expensive jewelry, and she has a little pet ferret that she walks around with, usually on her shoulder, that she will feed to little bits out of a pouch.
Huh.
Trained ferret.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's a fairly shrewd noble.
Okay. I think at least one of us should protect the prince in some way, and I'm totally willing to volunteer myself to do it. Do I just make up a way in which I do it and then re-roll, or how do we?
Your mic is a little fuzzy, which is kind of hard for me to.
Sorry, it's a headset mic. It's not ideal.
Yeah, understand through. So yeah, one of you will set yourself. If that's what you want to do, you'll select what each of you wants to do for the round first, and then we'll do rolls and stuff to determine how it plays out.
I will protect the prince.
Well, do we want to figure out more about
I don't.
what we're gonna do? I don't know. This is brain bad, head empty.
I mean, okay, if you want my opinion, it would be that one of us should protect the prince, and then everyone else focus on one person.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Knock people out one at a time. That's my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So do we want to go after which one? Number 7?
Let's see, whom's Sawe?
Yeah.
Can we know about Sawe?
One second.
What? No, how dare.
Sorry. She is a female human. She is a priestess with long white hair and a dragon scale cloak. And she cultivates an air of mystery, but she can be quite decisive when needs occur during various words that escape me. Negotiations with other nobles for products and trades and stuff.
So she's well connected.
Well, they're nobles; they're all well connected.
Yeah. Well,
But she's a good negotiator, effective, decisive when she needs to be, but tries to cultivate an air of
what's she
mystery
a priest
around her.
of? What's she a priest of?
Priestess.
Well, you said priest.
I thought I
No,
said
he-
priestess.
You said priestess.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did.
Oh, whatever. Gender term, anyways. Who gives a shit?
I will tell you, I particularly do not. Pharasma.
Well, we know one person who.
Nah.
So she doesn't. That's if he doesn't piss her the fuck off.
Side note, Vance, if you side with somebody else in this election, I will kill you in the background.
What?
Because you're a Pharasma cultist, aren't you?
That doesn't mean we work with other groups.
Alright, I'm just saying. Don't side with other people in the election.
I guess
I'm
Cole's
not. And
like-
why would you kill me?
For fun. Sport.
The
Please
lols.
don't threaten me with that, because you know how much I don't like my characters dying.
I've been living on a rock for a while. I'm kind of bored.
Well, if y'all get through stuff, there is more aggressive content for later.
Well, I think we just go with that person there and bump them off, and we'll keep
Well,
going.
Right.
it seems. But she's.
Well-
I
He didn't want to go through every one of them because it's going to take
Yeah.
forever. So just
Yeah.
still want to try to find someone that's a bit of a weaker candidate because she seems pretty.
I mean, I don't think we got enough information to even make a determination of
Just-
who's weaker or not. We just have
Yeah,
to.
I guess we could go with like the separation of church and state angle.
that's right.
All right. Let me do a roll here.
As long as it's the separation of a different religion than mine. So it's like,
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Ooh, lucky roll for the party.
We're good at that. We have an entire jailbreak.
Okay.
We're really good at that.
Yav, how are you planning on undermining her as a candidate?
Let's see. Let me take a look at my sheet and see what I'm good at. I guess I could try to. I'm good at sussing out information about cool people. Not that she's cool or anything. So I guess I will like go and like can you pass to someone else while I'm trying to figure this out?
Sure. Cyrus, how are you planning on attempting to undermine her?
oh boy. I think it's going to be again just use my diplomacy kind of thing and talk to some of the other nobles and tell them that they definitely do not want someone of her ilk as the leader because she is very decisive and can be explosive on some of the rules that are made, and you need more level-headed person in charge. And she just comes off as more of a religious type, and you wouldn't want that, because they might just go all for that. Yeah.
We will call that defaming the candidate.
Yes.
Okay. Orin,
Okay.
how are you going to go about attempting to undercut this political opponent?
I'm going to spread rumors that they are a religious fanatic.
Is it rumors if it's true?
Well,
They are a priestess.
I mean, it depends because it. She could try to set up Pharasma as the official state religion.
All
So I'm
right.
hearing is fear mongering.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It's
I never thought that. I'm just saying that would be a way to describe it.
I mean, it's politics 101. So
Yes.
Vance, what will you be doing?
All right. Since I am a member of the Church of Pharasma, I will try to talk to them and say that I think it would be in Pharasma's best wishes for the prince to gain some form, to be in charge or to gain political power.
Well, by them, who are you referring to?
The priest person.
Oh, so you're going to try to convince the noble directly?
Yes.
Bold.
I mean, we are part of the same religion, so that at least gives me some leg up on the whole deal, don't it?
I mean,
I'm
assuming
saying it's
you're...
bold. I like it.
I mean, even the prince could just send me as a delegate of his own and get me an audience with her, if possible.
After reviewing the notes of your escapades, he's probably not going to do that.
Smart man.
I could at least send a letter with his approval.
I mean, you're welcome to talk to the candidate directly yourself. Yeah, that's not a problem. We're not going to have difficulty doing that.
Okay.
All right, that brings us back to Yav.
Can you just be the prince's hype man?
All right, you're going to attempt to protect the prince then by boosting his reputation.
Yes.
If Yav's gonna protect the prince, I'll undercut Sawe.
I'm really going to regret volunteering to go work. Okay, how would you like to attempt to undercut the noble?
I'm going to forge letters outlining their plans for radical changes to the city in various awful ways and send them out to various other houses.
All right. Now that you have all decided what you're going to do, it is a good time to inform you that there are repercussions if you get caught. So let's start with Cyrus.
Okay.
Give me a diplomacy check to defame the candidate.
Okay.
Or alternatively, a bluff check.
No.
I've seen that.
Depending
man's
on whether or
bluff
not
score,
you believe what you're saying.
I don't bluff. I just tell.
Tell us the truth, but tell it slant.
Yeah, tell you what I think. That's it.
Okay.
I have this awful feeling we're all going to screw this up and bungle the prince's reputation.
I really don't want to. I'm thinking really hard not about it.
So the candidate has their own hype person out, and you don't seem to make much headway, but there are no negative repercussions for your attempt.
Okay.
All right. Orin,
Okay.
you're going to spread some salacious rumors.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me either a diplomacy or bluff check depending on whether or not you're sharing your truthful opinion of them or whether you're creating negative stuff.
I didn't have to be bluff then. I mean, I have no way of knowing whether that is true or false. So when I'm
That's definitely making it up. Yeah, that's a bluff.
yeah, so yeah, bluff. Well, okay.
All right. You hear some of your rumors catch on and get repeated by other members of the nobility. And your actions go unnoticed otherwise.
I can't believe that works.
All right, Altisha. Provide me a forgery check, please. Which is linguistics based, as I recall. All right. Were you sending these under a specific person's name or anonymously?
I hadn't thought of that. I'll just sign them. What's the noble's first initial?
Which one? The one you're targeting?
Yeah.
S.
I'll just sign them with an S.
Okay. So you're basically just sending the document as if somebody is forwarding it to the noble families.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Your forgeries are well done and look legitimate. They are being discussed, but because there's no way to source them back, they do not have quite the impact they could have had if they were more substantiated. However, you are also not caught, and it is a negative net to the target.
Yay! Marginal impact.
Not marginal. Good impact. All right, Vance, you are going to attempt to convince the candidate to withdraw.
What would that be? Diplomacy?
Diplomacy.
Let's see how badly I fuck up, guys.
Oh,
Mother of fuck!
wow.
Can I use a hero point to re-roll that?
If you want to, you can.
Okay.
We have several rounds of voting to go through.
Better. Not by much.
All right, you are unconvincing, but you do not cause a scene in the process. So net neutral.
I tried.
All right, all that's left is Yav.
It's Yav.
All right, Yav, I will need a sense motive roll from you.
Uh-oh.
While everybody else is out and busy, you identify a scheme attempting to blackmail the prince.
Ah, well done.
Oof. But the scheme was really poorly carried out, and
Thank God they rolled lower than me.
not only do you manage to defeat the scheme, you are able to identify who it is. Here we go. And it was a scheme perpetrated by Digley to undercut the prince. And
That man's
Digley
fucking
will
dead.
take a penalty on this round because of that.
Yay!
Which is almost what happened with Vance. All right.
You said
Yay, y'all did it.
you said Digley.
Digley.
Okay,
Digley, yep.
So
Fucking dead.
we know who we're going after next. So.
Oh yeah, no, we're fucking. He's toast.
It seems
we're
like
gonna-
most of the people in contention so far hadn't really considered the prince to be actual competition, and so we're focusing their actions against one another instead of him.
Shame
Not
that the
Digley,
man.
though.
It's a shame that Digley decided he was gonna go after the prince first, because that man is done.
So, do we want to black bag him or just beat?
Leave him.
Or burn
Leave
his
him.
Not allowed to do
kneecaps?
that.
Leave him.
You're in. Okay, this is politics, not beatdown fest.
Yeah, we're not the mafia here. So
Yet. One of these days, I'm gonna black bag some fucker.
Oh, okay. So, the prince absolutely just has a terrible time this first round with the election.
Oh.
Attempting to get his message, to talk in front of all of the nobility, etc. The person who did the best job is Agmenir, who was very eloquent, quite convincing in their speech. Saiwei didn't do much better than the prince did, and literally the effects of the forgery and the rumor mongering be by Altisha and Orin were the deciding factor that pushes her just below the prince's performance. At the end of the first round, she is removed from contention
Woo!
by
We didn't
1
fuck
point.
up on the word go. By 1 point, Jesus Christ.
1 point, yeah.
Fucking hell.
But you did it. That you,
This is exactly where we need to be.
you pulled
Perfect.
it off. It was fantastic. Yeah.
This is perfect. So.
Who is the who came in just before the prince?
Saiwei, and then
No, I
the
meant
next worst person is tied between Digley and Dwari.
oh, Digley's gone.
He's the guy. Was Digley the guy who tried to get him assassinated?
It was blackmailing, but yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's the one who directly targeted the prince. So, just exposing that he tried that is good. And it's probably a good.
Well, that was the negative, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that happened. That was the modifier.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because we could totally keep using that. Like, do you want a motherfucker who will so blatantly blackmail you?
We should probably not.
Yeah. Probably not cast the first stone on this one.
right.
Looks,
This
looks
is
at the
politics.
forgery, looks at the.
This is politics. We got a mud rake, motherfuckers. We're Nixoning this shit.
All right, round 2 from the top. Altisha, will you be attacking or defending?
I will attack.
Yav.
I will defend. My sense motive is shit, but like, whatever.
Cyrus.
I will attack.
All right, Orin.
I'll defend this time.
All right, Vance.
Going
You cut out.
on the attack.
All right. Attacking to defending.
Pretty robust defense and pretty robust attack, so I think we could do well.
All right, Altisha, how and who are you attacking?
Mara Digley. I'm gonna walk right up to whatever their noble house is, and I'm gonna challenge the greatest warrior to a joust.
Okay, that's illegal.
Is it?
This city's still under martial law.
Yeah, a joust is like a
No
game.
combat.
Though. Okay, never mind.
Combat's for later.
In that case, let me just look through my character real quick.
You can take a moment to think if you'd like. Cyrus, would you like to attack?
I will be, going after Digley. Also, again, trying to use diplomacy. So I guess I will try to sway people to not vote for Digley because he is not.
What do we know about Digley?
Not as high standards as the other nobles. You should vote for the dwarf.
He's not the
basically.
prince, so he sucks.
Yep.
It's like, and it's like you heard about what happens the first round, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will do like every other politician and take what I know, which is they were dragging people in the mud and beat them over the head over and over again with that.
All right.
Oh God.
Vance, how are you going to attack and who?
All right, so who is the directly above us again?
It was told.
Digley.
Okay, who's above them?
I don't know what you mean by above them.
In terms of
In terms of what? Your mic cut out.
the rankings. I don't know why my mic keeps cutting out.
There aren't rankings about how they perform so much as just the lowest person got cut.
Okay.
The prince performed the worst of all of them, but still managed to stay in as a result of your efforts.
All right. Then I'm going to try to. Let me look at my stats real quick and see what good I can do.
You look at that for a moment. Altisha, did you make a decision?
I have. Altisha is again gonna fall back on her linguistic abilities and write an incredibly raunchy manifesto about Mara Digley's matriarch, whoever leads their house, and it'll be an erotic tale of them and an owl bear. I know owl bears don't exist in Pathfinder, but I'm using it anyways. And I'm gonna sign it quite boldly with what I hope to be exactly their signature.
Defamation. Alright.
Are you implying that she did self-insert fanfiction?
Yeah. About their lust for an owl bear.
I think I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if this would be a stealth check or a sleight of hand check.
Well, don't worry about what I'm going to ask you to roll. Just tell me what you're going to try to do.
I want to try to influence them via something. I want to try to use my sleight of hand. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't want like, this is the skill I'm doing. I want to hear something like, this is how I'm going to try to change people's minds.
Okay.
I want stinky dead fish in their pocket.
Oh, you know what? I think I have an idea.
I really like that idea, honestly.
Let me get.
Terrible idea.
I want to create a. Is it possible for me to create a potion to make the prince more charismatic? I don't know if that's a thing.
You already said you were on the attack, but
Yeah, that would be a defensive maneuver.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Is it too late
And
to switch?
also, I'm sure all the nobility are already potion popping.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't got
poison
me.
their potions.
Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah, that could work.
what was that?
Poison their potions.
All right, you are going to attempt to poison.
Not
Digley.
poison, but like water them down so they aren't doing as well.
Poison's poison.
Not poison. Let's use water down because poison is deadly. I want to make their whatever charismatic potions they're using less effective, while boosting the prince's charismatic potions if he has any.
The effect it will be pretty much the same as if you attempted to poison them.
There's no way that I don't think the
In
prince is
degree
gonna
of
take it.
challenge and benefit if you succeed.
And would I be
we're fine.
would I be rolling?
We will get to that when it's time to do the attack. All right.
God, I hope it's my alchemy skill because it's the best one I got.
It definitely won't be a craft skill.
Damn it!
Oh, wait. Oh, blah, 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 words. All right. Let's start at the top this time. Altisha. Give me a diplomacy check. Or, I'm sorry, not diplomacy, a bluff check.
totally done.
Better than what I expected. I'll be right back. Beer goes through me.
I really thought it would be linguistics again. I guess I get what you're doing.
All right. So, you manage to pass it around, and it does create a lot of laughter from the other nobles. They determined that it's obviously not something that she would ever do, but it still impacts their opinion of her in voting.
Hey.
And you super do not get identified in the process.
Yay!
Super not identified.
I gotta say, all the ghost rolls make me so nervous.
That's the fun.
Your attempt at erotic novelty did well.
Cyrus,
Yeah.
give me a diplomacy check as you attempt to convince people that Digley is not the prince and therefore unsuited.
Here we go.
I do believe Cyrus might succeed very well.
Depends on that roll.
Yeah.
All right. Somehow, your attempt to convince people starts with she is definitely unsuited and lands on the prince's years of experience in matters managing the kingdom already, which is pretty convincing.
That's right. He's got years. He's got all this knowledge. Why
love
waste
it.
it?
I love it when people are right by accident.
Statescraft, baby.
Failed successfully. All
Failing
right.
falling upwards, as we like to call it.
Oh god, I'm so scared for this next one.
Yeah.
Vance, roll me a stealth check.
Oh Lord, we're dead. We're fucking toast. Nope, we're.
You have a better modifier than I thought.
Hey, I quibble that.
We'll probably fuck. I'll fuck up at
I don't
this
think
one.
I can, but I can at least try.
I will allow you one quibble for the entire voting system.
Cool, I'm using it on this one.
Please do, because we need
Yeah,
it.
the negative repercussions seem steep.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I don't want to see the aftermath of this if you get fucking caught. We're fucking toast.
Yeah, we need it.
All right.
And unfortunately, the dice fucked me over.
You spend your quibble, Vance. Roll me a stealth check.
Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up.
Oh, thank God.
Fuck Christ.
I'm not.
It's
Totally.
higher, but that's yeah.
I mean, a 24 is
Impossible.
pretty good.
I'm not like shaking anymore though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only it was a 20, then we would be like,
Oh man, I'm still traumatized by that one shot Brett ran.
I think for the rest of this, I'm going to be on the defense.
All right, Vance. You manage to sneak past all of the guards that Digley has. Manage to sneak into Digley's private sanctum where their aids and valuable items are kept, as well as their religious artifacts. Manage to locate Digley's potion set. And you discover that Digley has like a dozen potions of what is it, eagles, whatever.
Yeah.
And you do a terrible thing to those potions because you realize you don't have enough water. And so you manage to dilute them enough, and feeling much relieved, you leave the room.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I resent that. I don't do that.
No, that actually makes me so much. Vance, yeah. Points up,
fine.
Vance.
Yeah, points up.
And you manage to leave unnoticed.
All right, the rest of this, I'm going on the defensive because I think my skills are better set just enhancing whatever potions the prince has.
That was so lucky. I can't
It was,
even.
and I'm not doing it again.
you're fucking welcome.
Thank you. I will buy you the biggest fish I could find.
I'm kind of sad I couldn't just humiliate their best warrior.
I mean, you still have time.
No, it's illegal. I can't do it. I'll have to come up with other things.
She wanted to joust.
Well,
Not even like a real fight. I just wanted to joust, like a fucking one. Yeah.
There we go.
Is this better than my current pre-workout?
All right. That brings us to Yav.
It's Yav.
Yav. What is Yav?
There is a person going around saying terrible things about the prince. I'm going to need a diplomacy roll from you.
That's horrible. Prince Guy's great. Oh.
Still not a terrible roll.
No, it could
Yeah.
be worse.
All right. There is a person saying terrible things about the prince. Unfortunately, as you come up to interrupt them, the servants are bringing out a 7-course fish dinner, which distracts you.
Good lord.
Oh.
The
Wow.
one thing that will distract Yav.
Yeah, fish is Yav's kryptonite.
I failed the prince.
Orin, would you like to step in or take a different action?
I will step in to try and distract Yav from the fish so Yav can get back on task.
It will be your diplomacy roll as Yav is distracted, and you step in to attempt to deal with the individual saying terrible things about the prince.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, give me a diplomacy check.
Okay, let's see how this works.
Works, right.
Never mind. You
All right.
also like the fish
So
meal.
you get distracted trying to convince the servants to take the fish back out of the room so that Yav can continue with what Yav was trying to do, completely ignoring the person who successfully says convincing and terrible things about the prince.
No.
Man, I really hope our other work did good enough to fuck with this person.
I
Hey,
mean,
who is the person saying terrible shit, by the way?
You don't know who the candidate was behind it.
Ah,
You did not identify that information. You did not overcome the.
yeah, that's true. Sag.
Well,
I have such a good diplomacy roll check too.
hopefully the prince rolls good on his diplomacy this time.
Hopefully.
The prince does much better this time,
Yay!
Huzzah!
but even then, still doesn't quite knock it out of the park as well as some of the other people.
Oh.
He's just
A lot
warming
of
up.
great speakers. However, Digley and Sane both do a pretty poor job. But there were some very successful attacks against Digley that, shall we say, threw their speech off. For some reason, Digley couldn't stop the whole time they were trying to talk.
Oh.
Smacking of lips. Okay. Well
Sorry.
played. Well played.
And Digley has been eliminated from the voting.
Suck a
Oh.
dick, motherfucker!
Okay then.
Alright, now I know what I'm not doing next time, because I don't think I'll roll as well next time.
Oh, so you probably don't know what that movie's from, but that's okay.
I don't. So yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah,
I don't either.
I believe I've heard of that before, but I'm drawing a blank.
All right, this brings us to round 3.
The
Six
lightning
candidates
round.
remain. Altisha, attack or defense?
I think I'd like to go on defense this time.
All right, Yav, attack or defense?
Yeah, I'll go on the offensive. Mix it up.
Okay. Y'all failed horribly last time, so
All right,
y'all
Cyrus,
be proactive.
attack or defense?
I've been doing good with, well, it's kind of both, but yeah, I guess attack.
All right, Orin
Attack.
and Vance.
Defense.
Okay. Yav, how are you planning on attempting to attack the candidate?
Do we have
And
one that we're
Which one?
kind of agreeing to? Who was
I go for the top person at the moment, because we need to
who's
knock
the one
them.
at the top?
There's not really rankings, as discussed previous.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah,
thank
those
you.
aren't
Keep
rankings.
with what
that's
we're
just
doing
listed
because,
names.
again, all he has to do is make sure we get the last person because
We just have to
Well-
not be eliminated.
yeah, you don't want to go after the best person because if we do that, then he might tie with someone who's doing pretty badly because the last few times we haven't won very, by much.
Yeah.
So
It,
I was-
it helps to be in the middle of the ground until the last minute.
it's still number one is the main one. Was Sane was the other one that was really, really low too, right? Yeah, that's
I think,
that's.
no,
the
I
other
thought
person.
Dware was.
No, Dory did pretty good. Sane was the worst speaker next to the speaker that was eliminated
Okay.
for the last round.
So either one, Dory or Sane, I think will be okay to go after one of those
Okay.
two.
Do we know anything about Sane?
No.
No.
Maggie, what do we know about Sane?
It's Sane is in the membrane.
Cool.
No, okay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Uh,
Mhm.
Sane is a female half elf. Dresses nicely. Has been obsessed with years over trying to find the person, quite famously in the nobility, to find the person who killed her sister in order to exact her revenge. But so far, the culprit has been elusive.
Huh.
I have an idea. Can I share it with Yav?
Sure.
So we know that. Do you think you could potentially drum up somebody who might give them information that who killed their sister and get them to support the prince?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that. Do I have time to do a whole ass investigation?
I mean,
You can attempt whatever action you would like, as long as you're not like obviously breaking a law in the middle of public without realizing it. In which case, I will tell you that that's not a thing.
Am I smart enough to do that?
The difficulty of the task you want to accomplish will increase the difficulty of the DC.
Yav is
Yeah.
actually quite
But
smart.
also,
Fair
the more
enough.
challenging the task, the more likely it is to impact the results of the vote.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to like figure out who killed her sister, so I could be like, hey, I can give you the information about who killed your sister if you drop out.
All right. Cyrus, how would you like to undercut the opposition?
And yeah, I was gonna pretty much do somewhat the same thing about not going directly to her, but basically talking about we want a fair and just kingdom, and the prince would be an excellent choice for this, and saying that if he's elected, of course we will try to find justice and find killers, whoever kill, we don't want murders running the streets. I won't look at somebody at that time, and then we'll and say that she's too close to she's too close to having lost her sister and grieving, that it shouldn't be her because she'll be too engaged in that and not looking at a bigger picture of keeping the country in line and making sure all the other political deals and other issues that the kingdom will face gets priority as well. She'll
Basically,
be too focused
Okay.
on finding a killer.
basically, she's emotionally compromised.
Yes.
I saw that episode. Orin, how are you planning on undercutting the candidate?
I am going to go after Dewari as a fellow dwarf. I'm going to try and attack her lineage.
Oh, bring out
Oh.
fucking big guns.
Wow.
I mean, what
Shit and vinegar, huh?
is there anything that I may know of her particular family lineage that I could use?
Well, you know that she in particular has some less than dwarf-like traits. However, given that there's no majority race in the nobility, period, this is something that could easily backfire.
I see.
Nope, all dwarves are no good. That's right. So
Well,
just say that, right?
I was basically what I was looking at. Well, wait a minute, no, it's not the. Wait a minute. I was basically trying. I wanted to try and get the dwarven community to look at her as not being a true dwarf.
Well, you can attempt that if you would like. However, that will only impact the nobles who are voting, who are also dwarves.
Okay.
The community at large doesn't have a vote in this.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about what I thought it was. I forgot. Okay.
These are nobles voting for one another.
Okay. So basically, I have to try and convince the dwarves of the nobility that Dewari is not worthy of being a dwarf.
All right, let's start with Yav. I'm going to make.
You didn't do me.
You said you're on defense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you want to change your mind?
No.
Okay. We're going to start with Yav. Yav, we are going to make this a gather information roll, which is diplomacy.
Okay.
At a high DC.
All right, please. Please. I'm gonna go put myself into a fucking...
You could use a
Fine.
hero point.
I haven't used any of those yet, that is true. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I wanna be a cool guy.
Alright, give me another diplomacy check then.
Okay, that's way better.
Yes.
Oh my god damn it.
Sucking magic.
Alright, Nav, you call on the greatness, or shall I say voidness, within your soul to find information that the nobility's finest hireable investigators could not locate. And you discover the terrible secret about Sane and her murdered sister.
Did she kill her?
The call is coming from inside the house.
Did she kill her?
She did.
Oh, that's some juicy blackmail.
And then she had a psychotic break afterwards.
Oh.
And forgot about it.
And now she has no memory of the event.
Wow.
Can I just turn it over to the authorities? Because I feel like that will
Well,
instantly...
you don't have any evidence.
So,
Oh, right.
you gathered this information and you present it to her. And she is absolutely horrified.
Oh. Yeah, it feels a little bad about this.
And yeah, it is quite a dramatic scene. And later in the session, she is replaced in the voting segment by a cousin.
Hmm.
And you shouldn't feel bad. We just think if that person made to be, the leader. So yeah.
Cyrus, you are defaming the cousin over grief, but the cousin has been removed and replaced, or the candidate over grief, but she has been replaced already. So, would you like to adjust that to the replacement cousin?
Yes, and say, look, they don't even know who's going to be leader over there. They keep switching. And,
Give me a diplomacy check.
Yeah. On the fly, so.
Okay. The nobility takes note of what you're saying, but the cousin seems strangely unfazed by it. And Orin, you are a defaming Dwari.
Yes.
So give me a diplomacy check.
Well, here goes nothing. And it was nothing. I am really not cut out for any of this at all.
Pick roles that you're better at.
There are no other better roles.
You have better roles than diplomacy.
Pell, my bluff is 0. My diplomacy is 0.
There's something that doesn't have any of those. What are you good at?
I am good at disabled device. I'm good at crafting. I'm good at knowledge. But basically social skills, nothing.
Then pick something that's
So,
called social skills.
If you're looking for other things, you could use your knowledges to uncover negative information about these people.
Oh, really? I had assumed that this was all
And
like
reveal
social
that.
work. I had assumed this was all social work, not necessarily. Okay,
You
Vance
can
literally
release
snuck in,
factual
like,
documents and let people draw their own conclusions.
I see.
Or forgeries.
Then okay, then would you allow me to go make a knowledge history check, or are you going to have me keep that roll?
You've already done the roll. We're going to keep the roll since you
Okay.
made it. But
Okay.
next time you can maybe pivot
Yeah,
to something
yeah.
else.
I'm sorry. I had been making the assumption that this was all like social type roles. So
Depending on what you're trying to do will determine
okay.
the results of it. Like, for example, the stealth check that Zygarde's character rolled.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you did poorly on that, but it is not traced back in a negative way to the prince, luckily. And that is going to bring us to the defense section. And ooh boy, is there going to be some spice. All right. Let me get back down. Altisha. So you are approached by an anonymous individual who says they will give you 6,000 gold. 6,000 gold if you give them information that casts the prince in a negative light. And they will not use your name when they discuss it.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking.
How much is your loyalty worth?
I mean, she's probably thinking about how she could spend this to help.
Hashtag bribery.
Jeez. Dude, just no. Okay, no. I'm a captain of the military. I'm connected to this regiment. It's not a good career move for me right now. You know, even if you're not using my name, like I gotta work on my resume. I gotta make sure the right people like me. And you're not that person right now. And as much as I love money, I really do. It's not actually a good investment for me right now. I need to invest in myself.
I applaud your integrity.
All right. You shoot down the bribery attempt. Unfortunately, you were not able to trace the person back to their noble of origin.
Okay, now, brief aside, would I actually have gotten 6,000 gold if I had said yes?
Yeah, it's a bribe.
Oh. Okay.
Decisions were made.
Why do you need gold when you have Yav's eternal friendship?
Because Yav's eternal friendship doesn't pay the bills.
Well, Yav could always
can
eat the
eat
bill
'em.
collectors.
They'll just send more.
Anywho, moving on.
Exactly.
Free food.
It's a win-win for Yav.
Vance,
All right.
you discover an attempt to blackmail the prince.
Again? God damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody must have got wind of it last time and thought it was a good idea.
All right. What you need me to do?
How would you like to attempt to intervene?
Well, how are they blackmailing him?
Compromising information involving testimony from a, shall we say, lady of the evening.
Can I discredit the blackmail by basically saying the prince ain't like that?
You can. I will remind you that the prince has a reputation for visiting
He does.
those locations, but you can absolutely attempt to do so. It will just be a somewhat more difficult DC, and it will be a diplomacy check.
What if I just say he usually when he goes to those places he's just helping people?
You can say that too, although it may draw the prince's ire.
I mean, he's trying to win an election. I mean, you're...
Yeah, he doesn't like his philanthropy advertised, but you can still do it anyways.
I'll go for
In
it.
this moment, you don't have time to go, shall we say, discuss it with him.
Okay. Man, I wanted to do cool stuff with my alchemy.
I mean, you could just choose to do something else.
Fuck.
Yeah, there are things you can do with your alchemy.
Watch me fail.
Yeah, you are not convincing. The blackmail scheme goes along. But you are able to track it down to the noble responsible.
Damn, they must have rolled like shit.
Which means that Agmaner is going to take the same penalties as the prince.
Good.
All right. Let's see. There are here. That one is going to be. Oof. Okay.
I don't like the sound of that.
All right. So, good news and bad news.
Uh-oh.
And by good news and bad news, I mean bad news.
Oh.
The when the prince gets up to give his speech, you notice throughout his speech, he's
No!
Ah, fuck! Someone pissed me!
and
I shouldn't laugh!
that?
what?
How did we miss that?
One of you was occupied by blackmail.
That was probably me.
And the other was occupied by a very tempting bribe.
Fuck.
Ooh. All right, so the prince once again does a terrible job delivering his speech, and as the other nobles go, they all seem to do very, very well. But when the final noble comes up to speak, which is Sane's cousin, They come up to say that due to the information that has come out about Sane and Sane's actions, they're withdrawing from the vote.
Sane was insane.
In the membrane.
Yeah. Sanity is a flimsy thing sometimes. Which is good because the prince absolutely bombed that round.
Yav saved the day.
Yes, Yav did.
Like always.
He was a little peed off.
Ugh. Yeah, see, you could have been checking his potions instead.
All right. Yeah, that was just an absolutely devastating success there. That's what happened. Devastating. Like huge modifier. Devastating. Anyways.
Yay!
Round 4.
All right.
Altisha, attack or defense?
Sylvia? Maybe we go to someone else?
We'll circle. We'll circle back. Yav, attack or defense?
I did so good on attack. I'll do attack again.
Cyrus.
I'll actually do defense this time.
Orin.
I'll do defense.
Vance.
Which one lets me do alchemy stuff?
Any of them, I would imagine.
Attack, you have more control over what you choose to do. Defense, you kind of have to deal with whatever pops up. So
I'm going attack.
all right, that brings us back around to Altisha. Celia, are you there?
Sylvia. Uh-oh.
Hey, Sylvia, we summon thee!
All right. Well, in the meantime, Yav, those are the 4 nobles remaining in opposition to the prince. Who are you going to attack and how?
Agnir was the guy that tried to do the blackmail, right?
Yeah.
What do we know about him?
Agnir is a male half-orc. He dresses mostly modestly, unlike most of the nobles. He doesn't have a lot of bling, except he has a hat with a very long feather. Very long. And he's always in the company of a little gray rabbit.
Methinks some glamoring going on, but...
You could always just eat the rabbit.
Like, yeah, that would be a thing, but like that's such easy way to like tie it back to me.
Is it?
Well, if he's always near it, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. And what was he blackmailing the prince for last time? Do we know?
The ladies of the night thing.
Right.
You can always just say that was actually him.
Let's see. Can I try to dig up some dirt?
You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig up some dirt on him.
Is your intent to then blackmail him or release the information?
Release the information.
Okay. Vance, how are you going to attack?
All right. How can I use my alchemy? Because that's my best skill.
Be creative. You're a writer. Come up with something.
Well, you could create alchemical items to hand out. Use alchemy as a way of proving something about one of the nobility.
Okay. I'm going to hand out alchemical concoctions to the nobility at the next party if the prince throws one for them, to get them to confess their deepest, darkest secrets, if that's a possibility.
Ooh.
And I will specifically tell the prince which drinks are spiked and which ones aren't.
So if you're going to attempt to influence all of the nobles, the DC is going to be significantly higher.
Okay, then...
And also the odds of getting caught.
Okay.
Just pick like
You
one.
can do it, but I'm letting you know in advance so you can make
Yeah, I know. Who did the worst out of all of us besides the prince?
We don't have that information, I don't think.
When you say did the worst, you mean was the worst speaker in the last round?
Besides the prince.
Yeah, the prince biffed it pretty bad. Actually, Agamemnon was probably the next worst.
I'm gonna try to fuck with their stuff with my potions, if I can do that.
All right, Altisha, have you returned?
I'm gonna poke her. Hope she's okay.
Yeah. I hope nothing happened with her knee. In the interim, do y'all want to wait or do you want to proceed with the round with Altisha otherwise occupied?
I don't mind waiting for just a little bit longer.
Alright, we will take a short break.
Alright.
Alright. Altisha, attack or defense?
Well, there's 2 people defending and 2 people attacking. Is that right so far?
So far, yep. Y'all
Yep,
is attacking, Cyrus and Orin are defending, and Vance is attacking.
Can I do something in favor of the prince that isn't just defending?
That's effectively defense, yeah.
That's what. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to be doing. So
You don't have to wait to get hit. You can do something proactive.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
All right. You're going to start with the attacks as usual. So, Yav, you are attempting to dig up dirt.
Yeah.
All right. How are you attempting to locate dirt on? Give me a little more description.
Well, like, is it on its shoes or? Sorry.
All right, perception check it is.
No. That was a joke. Don't let.
It's a joke. I'm sorry.
I thought you would enjoy it at least.
You make a very compelling argument that he has in fact not cleaned his shoes recently.
Atrocities.
I guess. I guess at first I want to see like where he like hangs out, and like then like go like and talk to people around there and see if anything's weird about him. Or I guess I can follow him and see if he does anything weird.
All right, so you're gonna attempt to catch him in a compromising position.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. That would, I believe, be a survival check.
Okay. At bat.
And you are apparently very good at survival.
I am.
I think the other person who's slightly better is me, but that's not by much because my survival is shit.
Then why would you be good at survival?
It's better than 0.
Yeah, but that's not. Dude, what?
My survival is not. I said I'm the second best, not the best.
Wow.
Okay, well,
It goes from
you
super high to
Middle.
above 0.
You discover that Agniner likes to go to peasant caverns and perform like a common singer.
Huh. I mean, just weird, but not necessarily salacious.
He makes the mistake of, one, keeping that ridiculously long feather in his hat as part of his outfit, and 2, indulging in the more Badri establishments and songs. If you get my drift. No?
Yeah, sure. I
Close
don't
enough?
think I understand this reference, but
It's not a reference. It's basically he's going to really pour dives in singing songs with extremely filthy lyrics.
oh,
Yeah. So you catch him at that quite surprising hobby.
how often does he do this?
Often enough, he's doing it literally between votes in an election
Christ.
cycle. So probably a few times a week.
God.
And you manage to leave without being spotted,
Yeah.
and carefully share this factual information with the rest of the nobility, who are alternatingly horrified and titillated.
Y'all are so good at this.
And that is a solid result. That will bring us to Vance, who is attempting to affect Agmar with his alchemical potions. And you do not have the opportunity to do a full prepared one, but you sneak out the opportunity to do a little quick adjustment on the fly to a plate of hors d'oeuvres headed in Agner's direction. And you may give me an alchemy roll.
Well, that's.
I'm gonna use one of my hero points again. God damn it! The one time it's a skill I'm good with.
Just one of those days.
I try so fucking hard, man.
Ooh, yeah, that is a dicey roll, and not in the fun punny way. So Agamnir grabs the hors d'oeuvres as it comes by and grabs one and starts to eat it, but stops and then holds it up and smells it and then puts it down on his plate.
Oh, hopefully he got enough of it to get fucked with.
But he does not become suspicious as to its origin. He simply thinks it's a bad hors d'oeuvre. All right. We are going on to defense. Altisha was taking an active defense action.
I would like to host a small artifice expo to show all the great new technologies that will be ushered in under the prince as ruler. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, I'm just contemplating how that would play out. All right, we are going to do this as a diplomacy roll,
Ooh.
as you have to convince people from the nobility to come away from their normal activities to an expo.
Couldn't let me get a craft roll in, eh?
You could do a craft roll, but that would not be a situation where you would do a craft roll. Like, you could attempt to create a device that affects one of the or affects the prince in a positive manner to enhance his speaking skills during his speech, and that would be a craft roll.
Okay, if that's cool, I would love to do that. I'll make him some kind of Magitech amplifier that, like, channels the demonic energies of pride to get his message across really well and boost his own confidence at the same time, because it seems like he fucking needs that.
All right.
Use fucking potions not to fucking be heated.
Give me your craft check.
No, wow, okay, yeah.
All right. So you successfully create a device to temporarily enhance the prince during his speech. It does have the side effect of making the hair around his neck start to rise up a little bit higher than it's natural.
Like static?
Mm-hmm.
Very much like static, yes. But it is not significant enough for anybody in the nobility to obviously spot it. Alright. That's going to be that. Alright. That brings us to Cyrus and Orin. You still want to guard against attacks?
Yeah.
Actually, what I was going to do, this is classified under defense, is I want to do a knowledge check. Probably be more history nobility to try and give the prince some information that he could use in his speeches.
To what end, though?
Well, then okay, let's switch gears. Instead of nobility, let's go with history, just to talk about the history of the capital city, the history of his family. It's just
appealing to personal grandeur, then.
Yeah.
All right, give me a knowledge history check. right. All right. You provide the prince with some choice tidbits of historical information about his father's more successful and less violent actions, and history about his family, their establishments, their political successes, and such. And the prince picks and chooses a few tidbits to work into his speech.
Okay, then.
All right, Cyrus, defense, yes?
Defense with my elven eyes, my great vision, my perception of greatness. Hopefully, I will
Ooh.
spot whatever's to come.
They're specialized.
With my special eyes.
All right, so you uncover a plot to threaten violence against one of the prince's relatives if he fails to step down from the attempt.
Wow.
How would you like to handle that?
Wow, that's out there in left field there.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah. I guess it would be to try to talk my way out of it. So, it's like there should be no violence on here. This is a political debate. Again, when the prince is the ruler, if you go forth with those actions, you'll be put in prison and locked up forever. You should probably not do such things.
Is your
All
solution
right.
to neg them?
You
It's
attempt
negative.
to convince them that the actions of actually threatening the prince, like they are suggesting they are catastrophic to them.
And bad
Give
people.
me a diplomacy roll.
Spurious.
You guys are bad people. Don't do that.
It would be in your
Bad. I tell you, it's bad.
It would be in your best interest not to pursue this line of inquiry.
Ooh, not only do you successfully convince them that that's a stupid idea, but you also source it back to Agamnar again.
Bro.
What you doing
And
over there?
you make that information public, which
Yep.
looks particularly bad.
Yeah.
So
No
you
one
get
likes their
a
family hurt.
penalty.
Come on. All we got is family,
Family.
Family.
Something, whatever that fucking car series is joke here.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, someone else in the crowd attempts to defame the prince, but does so very poorly and does not appear to change any minds.
Haha, idiot.
Another one attempts to plant false rumors about the prince. While the rumors are not believed, they are particularly noxious, but you are unable to locate the source of them. And finally, Cyrus.
Yep.
You are approached by an anonymous individual who offers you a large sum of money for information that would be harmful to the prince. They are willing to offer you 12,000 gold if you will provide them with information.
I look at disdain with them and say, yeah, no thanks. My loyalty is with the prince here.
In fact, go fuck yourself. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
How scandalous.
Right. You are not able to track it back to the source, but you turn them down and their ploy fails. That means it's time for the speeches.
The speeches.
All right. The prince is somewhat off-put by how targeted he seemed to be this round. All these events swirling around him, attempting to cause him harm, but he still manages to do better than Ellis, who just flubs terribly. Dwari does pretty decently. Agamnar does about the same. But the best speaker of this run was Ninarv, who just knocks it out of the park. Quite convincing. This round, we lose Ellis. Alas,
Oh, wow.
Ellis, we hardly knew you.
Yeah, I thought it was the other person. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. Well, she took a couple hits from the other nobles too.
Man, Abnar didn't. Damn, he survived.
Yeah, he survived all that. Yeah, that's what I was like
Still
saying.
in, yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker's going down.
Round 5. Only 4 candidates remain.
The final 4.
All right, from the top, Altisha, attack or defense?
Defense.
All right, Yav, attack or
Attack.
defense?
I'm so good at it.
Cyrus, attack or defense?
That worked last time, so defense again.
Orin, attack or defense? Vance, attack or defense?
I'll go at attack again.
All right, we're starting with Yav. There are 3 individuals remaining vying against the prince. Who would you like to attack and how?
Agmar.
Okay.
How dare he try to do all that shit to Prince Buddy? The guy needs to chill the hell out.
How would you like to attack him?
Well, obviously, his reputation didn't matter that much.
All right, defamation. Orin, who would you like to attack and how? You can use the numbers if it's easier.
Agmar? Oh, yeah.
Henry Kissinger's dead. Finally.
All right, Skendels. Vance, who would you like to attack and how?
Let's continue the dogpile on the motherfucker we're all going against.
All right, how would you like to attack them?
I want to try my potion thing again, and this time hopefully try to get them to say not so flattering things about themselves during a speech.
Well, you can do potion to loosen their inhibitions.
I'll do that.
Super alcohol egg roll, go. Okay,
My
Yob,
brewing
you're up
master skills will
first.
come in handy.
You are attempting to defame this individual with factual information. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, give me diplomacy roll.
Dude. Ow.
All right. Believe it or not, you still successfully convince some of the nobles that he is a big ball of scum. And I thought you might like to know that we both rolled 2s there. Orin.
We could see that roll too.
Oh,
Magics.
I guess you can't.
Yeah, I was like,
All right. You uncover some less than positive, but ultimately fairly mild tidbits of information about his history. You share them. The impact is there, but not particularly significant. Like, you succeeded, and there's a modifier in play from it. It's just not huge. All right, Vance, you are attempting to poison Agnar again, so go ahead and give me your alchemy check.
My last hero point, because apparently it hates me today.
Yeah, you've been rolling a lot of 1s today.
his hands still hurt from all that hard labor.
All right, this time he takes a bite, swallows half of it before eyeing the thing and putting it down. So you still notice that there's something going on, and he actively starts looking around, but he doesn't notice you watching him. But that will still have a modifier effect. All right, Altisha, Cyrus, are either of you doing something active for your defense?
Well, actively defending anything he eats or drinks, I taste it first. How's that?
You quite quickly convince the prince that you just simply want to eat his food.
That works too. So. Listen, there's people throwing some around. You probably shouldn't eat or drink any of this stuff until someone tastes it. Yeah.
How about you, Altisha?
No, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay. Let's see what this ends up being. Okay, that's gonna be those. Okay. So, Altisha, you discover somebody is attempting to place around false evidence that the prince was blackmailing some of the nobles that were kicked out earlier.
Okay.
You can do a linguistics check to try to prove that it wasn't the prince, or a diplomacy check to
I'll do linguistics.
Okay. All right, your excellent linguistics skill check is quite easily able to prove that none of this is anywhere near the way the prince speaks, much less the actual handwriting. But you are unable to track it back to its origin. And Cyrus,
Yep.
You discover another individual attempting to plant negative rumors this time about the prince, again with his relationship involving his somewhat famous nights out.
Again, I guess it'll be just to talk to them and quash those rumors and say it's not true about him.
I'll be right back.
All right, and to be clear, these rumors are factually based off of things the prince is known for having done. So,
Yeah, we can't use that then.
So if you want to say no, these claims are obviously not true, you can roll me a bluff.
No.
If you want to say that doesn't impede his ability as a leader or something to that end, you can give me a diplomacy.
Yeah, we'll do that. It's, he's a great leader, and this doesn't impact anything. It gives him a view of the people and how the kingdom is running and working, all that stuff.
Knows the plight of the common man.
Yep, knows the plight.
Oh, damn it! How long have I been fucking muted?
As a good leader should.
It's a good nature.
Yep.
Oh, it's a close thing, but you just managed to make your point well enough to negate their efforts.
That's good enough.
However, you are unable to root it back to a specific noble.
There's not many left, so.
There is not. That brings us to the voting round. Oof. The prince is again struggling where he should be excelling given his talents. Agamnar,
You just not want this to work? No, I'm kidding.
Agamnar is hit with several negative marks this time. His reputation is suffering from all the mud that's being thrown out. So he doesn't do too well. Dory does the best of everybody. And regales the crowds with ideas of proper, interconnected, well-maintained, quality, and most importantly, extremely long-lasting infrastructure for the country.
What'd I miss?
But Ninarv just fucking biffs it. He comes on stage talking, clearly intoxicated, spouting off a bunch of family secrets and revealing that a number of children that he has aren't actually his, and a number of children other people have are actually his.
Oh boy.
And he is voted off the island.
Damn. That is rough.
Yeah, if he hadn't done so poorly, the prince was next in line.
Fuck.
Alright, this will bring us to round 6.
How many rounds are there?
Well, there was 8 people
Well,
to start with.
there are 3 people left.
Hmm.
So, after this, round 7 will be the final vote. All right. Since we are moving into the final segment, the
Sorry, I have to go. Household emergency. My bad.
Oh, it's okay. Take care.
it's okay.
That,
It's not good, yeah. We will move into the, shall we say, speed round of things. There are only 3 people, so speeches are shorter. The group must decide whether or not they want to attack or defend as a whole.
defend.
Yeah.
Needs all the fucking help he can get.
Yeah. I think, yeah, we're going to defend.
Yeah, that you want the active defense, like to help prop him up, or actual just defense?
So the party wants to defense, and you want to. Do you want it to active defense, or do you want to attempt to prevent one of the negative things?
What do you think?
I want to prevent.
Okay, works for me.
I mean, yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah. I'm good with that.
All
I want a
right.
clean, fair race. So there you go.
Sorry about that.
The party decides on defense, and there is indeed something to defend.
Huzzah. Or not, I guess.
Alright, we are entering the danger zone here. So the threats are bigger, more encompassing. The party receives a number of threats, not against yourselves, but against Renard, against your friends and family, and against the prince's relatives if he does not drop out of the race.
Well, we'll see how well that ends for the would-be threateners.
How would the group like to handle it?
Extreme violence. But no. Well, I suppose we need to first determine whether or not these threats are even credible, because they can threaten all they want, but they may not actually have the power to do anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you know that if the threats came from one of the nobles almost certainly have the wealth to at least attempt or to arrange something along those lines. Maybe not everybody, but they could absolutely afford at least one person.
Okay.
I still say the whole, hey, this is not how you're supposed to govern a kingdom. This is bad.
Is there any way for us to determine which one is making the threat?
So these
And
threats were delivered via missives, not
Okay.
in person. So you can attempt to backtrace the source of the missive and
And expose them?
basically reveal the blackmail.
Yeah.
Or you can choose a different action, attempt to source back and turn the blackmail on the person doing it by threatening to blackmail them, by exposing what they were doing, or so on and so forth. Up to the party.
I think we should expose the blackmailer and not actually try to blackmail the blackmailer.
Yeah.
Same.
Because I think that the latter has a greater potentiality to backfire. So if we can discover who it is who's doing this and expose them, that is a much safer route.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
So now we just have to determine how to go about that. I have history, I have my knowledge checks I can do, but I don't know how well they'll be applicable in this particular scenario.
All right. I'm going to ask for a couple different rolls. One person per roll. You may decide who rolls them amongst yourselves. I want 2 perception checks and 2 survival checks.
I want survival.
I'll
Alright,
take perception.
Oh, okay. I have a
Roll-
high
you roll
perception. I have a terrible survival. What do you have over there?
You do not want me rolling perception.
I actually have a bonus in perception, but I have nothing in survival.
You have no bonus in survival?
No.
All right, well then I guess I'm better than you in survival. So
Well,
What about you?
I mean,
My survival is +6. I don't know how good that is.
I didn't want to say numbers, but yeah. So you have a bonus in survival. I have a bonus in survival.
All right, 1 roll per character. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. My perception's really good too, but
Yeah, but your
I think
oh,
yeah, I think. Wait, who has perception? You have survival, definitely, right?
Yeah.
I think I should take perception anyway because I have a really good perception bonus.
Okay, you and
Well, Sylvia's not here anymore, so that's why
Well-
I was.
yeah, no, hold on. So we have 2 for perception. And so we have 1 we have 2 people for we have 1 for each so far. Who has more confidence in their perception roll?
well, I have at least a bonus in my perception rather than over nothing in my survival. So, but to be really honest, the difference is negligible.
Right, you do perception, advanced, you do survival. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So me and all right. So we're doing perception. There's my perception here. No, you're doing survival.
I know.
But you roll perception.
Sorry.
That drink kind of hitting in.
Nah, not really.
Hilarious.
All right, let's see how we do. Yav's survival is on point.
Job is always on point.
Orin's perception is also on point. Amazingly. Cyrus's perception is double on point.
Oh yeah.
And Vance's survival is surprisingly also on point.
Oh yeah. Good job. Good job.
Good job, team.
So you managed to track the missives back through several different parties who were more or less doing handoffs and dead drops. And your success, frankly, was incredibly unlikely, but the dice being what they are, you succeeded. And you track it back to Dwari.
Oh.
Looks like I was right to question her integrity as a dwarf.
Yeah, not because they're, humanoid or anything. It's because they're a dwarf.
Yeah, that's fair. Wait a second.
Wait a second.
All right. Yeah. Dory is having a bad freaking day. Okay. That will take us to the roll off for the 6th round. Which, the prince once again almost just wrecks it.
Wow.
It's fine. That's fine.
But the adjustments from your the words revealing Dory's attempt at widespread blackmail super undercut a lot of the points Dory was trying to make. And Dory also seemed distracted and concerned about something else, which ultimately resulted in Dory being the weakest link.
See? It's all coming together. Part of the plan. Part of the plan.
All coming up Wheelhouse.
Yep.
Millhouse.
Millhouse. Yep.
I don't watch The Simpsons. Is it really
All
show?
coming up Millhouse.
All right. The final round. Now, the question is, does the party want to attempt to attack or attempt to defend?
How many times do I have to fucking make this guy regret being alive before?
How many times do I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? I maybe. What do you guys think? Attack?
I want to defend him because this guy won't stop attacking the prince.
Okay, yeah.
But I think in a straight runoff, though, I don't think we're gonna win. So if he defends and we defend, I don't know. But he might attack. Well, I don't. Let's stick with our gut and go defense. It's fine. So we'll do that.
Well, I like that argument. It's boo. Hate it.
Yeah.
Well, if we do attack, what are we gonna say? So that's the other thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've done it like how many times and he still won't fucking
Yeah, he still won't die from it. So
Okay, yeah.
could we maybe prop our guy up? I don't know, like active defense, whatever that's called.
I mean, proactive.
Yeah,
You can
proactive
active
defense.
defense, but if the other party decides to do something, you won't be able to interact with it.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But you'll be able to attempt to give your guy a boost, so it's up to you.
God, he fucking needs it apparently.
Yeah,
Well, I know his scores don't suck. He's just having a bad night, unfortunately.
but which do you think will help him more? Is either
I
getting
feel
some
like
boost from us or defending against, someone attacking him?
I
I don't
think
know.
I think probably boosting.
well, here's the thing. Agnir has been like hyper aggressive against him literally this entire time. And
Yeah.
I'm worried about the debuffs.
Hmm.
All right. Well, again, let's stick with your gut there and go defense. It's
Okay.
fine. It works.
All right, defense.
Defense.
Yeah.
This offense is a good defense or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Good call.
I'm glad me fucking being on this asshole's tail this entire time just like let me totally read his dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
Hate this man.
He's taking a slightly different approach this time. And there are no other nobles in the running, so it's obvious, it's coming from his camp.
Yeah.
In that there are a number of people going around the nobility, basically providing factual information about all the worst abuses of power that the prince's father ever took out on the people. And using that as a claim to say the prince is part of the same family, and we know that the sins of the father tend to continue down, so on and so forth. So he's making a factual, diplomatic attempt to sway the remaining nobility against the prince.
Hmm.
How would you all like to attempt to handle it?
Use his words against him. The sins of the father does not mean that it goes down to him, and actually use the information of, since everybody knows already about him going out, use that information of he is actually going out compared to his father, and he is seeing what the plight of the people is, and it's not the same. He's not being drunk and reckless and all this other stuff that his father was. That's what I think. Any better ideas?
I could use my knowledge of history or nobility to. This is something similar to what I did already. Last time it was more self-aggrandizement, but this is going back to his family's entire lineage and all the good things that he had done, and focus on that, and just not what his father did.
I like Cyrus's approach of showcasing that it's like should the sins of and then like not passing the sins of the father down to the son, and also we could highlight the differences between the prince and his father already, and the fact that they had a I guess we could try to get the prince to come forward with I want to say the differences, the difficulties with his relationship with his father, and or we could just ask him, it's would you be okay if we just told people about your philanthropy? It's push comes to shove right now, dude.
Well, you do not have time to go back and check. You know he doesn't like it talked about, but you'll have to make the determination now whether or not you're going to.
Well, I guess
I
it
don't
doesn't
think.
really help with the nobles. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it has to come to that point. It's just it has to come to the point of, like I said, it's they are two distinct, different people. Uh, just because it'd be like saying your grandfather, whatever they did wrong, is the same as you. It's
Oh,
not.
you know what we could do?
know.
We could highlight the differences between the prince and Agamemnon. That's not his name. Agnir.
You keep trying to count like his
Close
name
enough.
is close enough to Agamemnon, and everyone knows how much we hate Agamemnon.
Yeah, actually, fuck Agamemnon.
So basically, I'm just hearing a lot of contrast the differences beyond just the bad things in the father.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, like, kind of point out, like, just kind of show off all the shitty things Agnir has, like, with evidence factually done already just recently.
Okay,
Right.
that would be a different action.
Oh.
So you can spend your efforts trying to shore up the prince because you're
Let's shore up
on
the prince.
defense and not attacking.
Yeah, let's shore up the prince.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see. So far, I like your arguments for the skills you want to use for it. So you can do the, Orin, you can do your history roll to provide factual information. Cyrus and Yav, you can roll diplomacy. Vance, what are you going to do to sway them?
Since we're shoring up the prince, I want to try to give him the best potion so he can stop mincing his fucking words.
Specifically, shoring up the prince by addressing the things that are being said about him. So, two people are going to use diplomacy to broaden the depth and context. Another person is going to add information through a historical skill check that provides more factual basis.
I don't know what I could do, really.
Do you have any knowledge skills, linguistic skills?
I got knowledge local.
You could use knowledge local for that. Specifically, what the family has done for the nobles in this specific area in the crown city, the jewel of the kingdom, as it were.
Okay, I'll go with that.
We
My
use that
only-
term loosely here, but
Right.
nonetheless.
Because my only other skills are based off of what I do.
All right, let's see those rolls.
Hey,
All right.
diplomacy.
Knowledge, history. I
Get
believe.
it.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Fucking grand.
Shite.
Use your hero points, man.
Yeah, I'll use a fucking hero point and re-roll that shit. Let me go to my features where I get my hero point. Just tack one of those off, and then let's go back to knowledge, history, roll. Fuck, not much better.
Hey,
All right.
might be enough. Might be
Hmm.
enough.
So each of you has a specific counterpart on the opposition side. Vance, you address the issues that your counterpart is making with your local check, and you knock it out of the park. Your opposition fumbles badly and actually seems terribly intimidated of you. Yav, your opposition is actually quite eloquent too, and you struggle to change people's opinions after they've listened to them. You think you've made some impact, but you're dealing with a very well put argument, and you're struggling to come up with good words, and so not quite as great a result as you would like. Cyrus, you on the other hand also knock it out of the park. With your opposition doing not nearly as well as you. You do a great job disputing the points that they were making, and help to sway opinion. And Orin, you might not have done great on your roll,
Mm-hmm.
but you did great enough.
Oh, good.
The difference from 1 hero point to the second was enough for you to move it to a positive modifier on your side.
Oh, good.
So you negated the penalties, and got a positive modifier. Yav negated the penalties. Cyrus and Vance both switched it up to notable positive modifiers.
What the fuck did she roll that had a 30?
Well, it was a 20 on the dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have modifiers that I have for each of these rolls, which I apply in the order that I roll them. And I always do things top to bottom. Anyways, it was a flippin' pretty blue color, even before the modifiers. So that is going to take us to the roll off. And
God, I sure hope the prince doesn't fuck it up this time.
This time I'm going to roll the opposition's roll with their modifiers, and I will have one of you roll for the prince.
Oh no!
Discuss which one of you wants to do it.
What are we rolling?
You roll for the prince, so it's your roll kind of thing.
Oh.
No, you'll be using the prince's modifiers. I'm just
that's what I'm saying. So it's on your hand if we fail. So that's why I was like, no.
So no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, man.
No pressure.
I say, pal, you do it.
Oh.
Good luck, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay.
All right, we'll see. The prince will be rolling 1d20 plus 4 for his ability score modifier, or rather his rank modifier, after the penalties he's eating from subsequent events.
Plus what? I'm sorry.
What the hell was that noise?
Oh, sorry, that was my water bottle.
Ugh.
That did not.
No, that was disgusting, man. The sound that made was just...
The prince is rolling a total of a plus 10 bonus.
It's just the way my water bottle sounds when it's nearly empty.
So 1d20 plus 10.
Yeah.
I should probably refill it.
I hate my life, dude.
Vance, why are you rolling?
That was me. I had Vance selected.
Oh.
I hate
So-
my life. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this fucking asshole. How does he keep coming back? I hate this motherfucker.
Well, do you have a hero point? Hero point.
It's the prince's
Oh
role.
yeah, that's right.
Prince have a fucking hero point.
I mean, if you have one, I'll allow 1 hero point. If you have one to spend, and if not,
I don't. Yeah, I'd spend
then no.
Well, I've only ever used one this entire game, and I used it earlier. So.
We leveled since then, so you have all your hero points.
You get 1 hero point every time you level up.
Oh, then I have like 5 of these fuckers.
It caps at 3. So
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So you have 3.
no, I have 2 because I spent 1.
You didn't spend 1 since we leveled. We just leveled, so you'd have.
No, I spent 1 earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
You have.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
2 remaining. 2 hero points
Yeah.
can save you from death.
Yeah, I know. That's
So you can spend a hero point, but be a little less safe because of it.
Spend it.
fine. I'll suspend it.
This is bored.
Yeah. Why is it? Why was Orin rolling it? No, wait. What
No.
is-
Don't worry about
Oh.
it. Just, yeah. You got a plus
Right.
10.
All
Roll.
right.
Yeah.
1d20 plus 10.
It's gonna be worse. I just know it's gonna be worse, and I'm gonna cry. I'm not looking.
It's better.
It is?
Yes.
How much better?
A bit.
10.
You rolled 6 more. 6
Okay,
better.
cool.
All right. So, with a lot of extra help and a solid final speech pulling off of the history of successes of his family during their kingships, going back generations, not just the mistakes of the most recent king, but a long lineage of success for the country. King Gethreus manages to sway the nobility.
Oh my god, I was gonna fucking vomit.
For the next 5 years, he is the ruler.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Congratulations, y'all.
that was a bit of a roller coaster.
Yes.
Like, the number of times he was on the verge of failing was ridiculous.
We came close to.
my head fucking hurts, dude.
Yeah, I had fully expected him to be knocked out by like the 4th round. I didn't think we'd be going through this whole thing. But here we are,
Here we are.
new king.
And
Same king. So-
and the best part of it is we now have someone who owes us.
No, don't do that. No, he pulled your asses out of the fucking goddamn shit.
Yeah.
Hell, you can't do that.
No. But you misunderstand my intentions.
yeah,
I don't
I know
care.
your intentions. What are you talking
My-
about?
my-
Like, he's perfectly willing to help us anyway. You don't need to like freaking guilt trip his ass or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you both have you have a very strong ally now in the king, but you have also made some enemies in the process.
Yeah, well, Agnar can go fuck himself.
Can we just call him Agamemnon? Because I hate
No!
his name.
I said Agnar.
I want to call him Agamemnon because I hate Agamemnon.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever.
that sounds like a you
Anyway,
problem.
continuing onward.
All right. So, we are entering a phase of time skip here.
Okay.
So, at the end of the last session, I asked you all to think about what you would like to do during a period of extended downtime. Now, you are working for the prince, now the king.
Mm-hmm.
Orin, you have limited downtime because you are still bound by the agreement you made, whereby you are serving as an apprentice to another wizard. And the problem with serving as an apprentice to a wizard when you are already a strong spellcaster is that you are really damn handy to have around. And so your master, as it were, is very unwilling to declare you fully trained and release you back into the wild.
Like a jackass.
So you will be spending a large portion of your time not being able to move around freely and doing tasks for your master, since your master could also declare that your training is not successful and send you back to prison.
Great, I'm being blackmailed.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean,
Pretty close.
I guess, fair, but all right.
You're gonna have pretty close to 4 years of time pass in the game world.
Oh shit.
Wow. Okay.
And it's a shame Sylvia had to leave. We had some stuff planned for this segment.
Well, we could always go next week, especially since Ironbite isn't here either.
This was going to revolve specifically around base building.
Oh.
For the work that Altisha has been doing, and Altisha will be spending most of her time during this segment continuing to train and develop her new mobile home, which will also end up being the party's mobile base. But we can table that stuff for now and move on to what the party would like to do individually during this time period.
Well, besides my character just trying to go back to where his wife is to meet her for a bit, I want to study more. I want to do more studying with the alchemy kit from my forebearer, the one that I got in the weird crypt thing.
Okay. The alchemy kit is very handy. As you use it over several years, you notice it's replenishing the alchemical supplies you need from it automatically. So you always have what you need on hand to craft whatever you're going to craft.
Nice.
As far as alchemical items go.
Huh, that's
Sweet.
The only
That
thing
means
you
an
must
unlimited supply of... That means I get to do my favorite thing. Explosives.
Let's see. The plague cultists continue to be a problem. So the prince, or now king, sends you out regularly to meet up with members of your cult for updates on information, and they will occasionally come by and deliver or have information flown in, but he does that specifically to allow you time to meet up and spend time with your spouse, because he's not a dick, and has you in between your research focusing on discovering new cures and treatments for new diseases as they come out, while they continue to hunt for indications on where they can find the cultists' main base. And okay, let's talk about what Orin would like to do during the downtime he has.
Well, I don't have a lot of free time, apparently, so I have to pick and choose how I spend it quite wisely. I still want to work on my craftsmanship, working on a forge and doing some tinkering and some crafting work. But aside from that, I want to try and do more research on the Fallen, the heroes, and in that entire war, to try and gather as much intel as we can for when we finally have to confront them.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, finding information on that with your limited schedule is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You turn a lot to the documents you recovered from the stronghold you found, which included information about basically everything you're asking. A little bit about the heroes, more so about the war and Fallon and his abilities and his tactics. And, you have time to theorize about how he might attack and how you might be able to respond in the ways that he attacks. I believe I gave you the document on Fallon already a while ago.
In Discord, or is that in Foundry somewhere? Let me look at my journal here.
Yeah, let me double check.
Well, let's see here. I have under player handouts, journal entry and notes. The note and note translated.
All right, let me do this fast.
Mood.
I took my sleeping medication, so it has done wonders for my sleeping schedule.
Oh yeah, I just got reminded of this thing about the Weapon Crafter's Handbook, weapon creation rules. You posted me a while back. That's probably what I'll be doing in my tinkering time. Is
So, aside from the things that are in there, you have time to work on and consider different designs while you're doing some of the more menial tasks. So if there's something specific that you want to try to incorporate into your weapon, you can talk to me about it and we'll see.
Okay.
Alright, you should be able to see an entry titled Fallon Tactics. In the player handout section.
No, I'm not. I still see the journal and the note translated. Let me leave the tab and come back, see if it refreshes. Nope. Okay, there it is. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, let me get this look-see, and you can move on to someone else.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to Yav.
Oh, I was really hoping you wouldn't ask me.
You don't
Sorry
have
for-
to do anything
Yeah.
other than hang out. You just
You know there's
can't.
something that we're doing, so
What are we doing?
did you forget? Oh, you forgot.
Something about charity, I think.
Yes.
Listen, I didn't know if you were talking about that or something else that I actually did
Well-
forget about.
No. Of course we're doing the charity thing, so
Yeah. I also want to help the prince too, because we're buddies.
yes.
Your pals.
No, specifically buddies.
You were supposed to interject with another word for being friends with somebody.
No, it's specifically buddies.
Ruined my fucking joke.
Yeah, I'm good at sandbagging. It's hilarious.
Tried that once. Just hurt my back.
Ha ha ha.
Actual true story. Ah.
Ah.
Is that how you hurt your back when you were in the Air Force, was it?
I was not in the Air Force, and I've hurt my back a lot of places. It's a tradition.
Same here. Granted, the last time I hurt my back was this morning trying to walk from my gym to the library.
You're just trying to get workman's comp. That's why you hurt your back so much. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I never heard it that bad. Besides, I think the greatest back injury I've had was from carrying some parties. I mean, from removing the air conditioner from the bedroom. That definitely.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So what are you guys doing with your downtime then?
Well, you were still on Yavs there. I was just making sure they remembered the one thing. The rest of the time, it's up to them. So
Yeah, I guess I work with Cyrus with his charity work, and I hang out and help the prince when like I can too.
Yeah, while this is
obviously I
going
would-
on, the prince sends you all out on different errands now and then. You're all still in his service this whole time.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean like as a friend, like help him out.
Oh, he learns how to undercook fish for you.
Oh my god, true friendship right there.
Yeah.
It's seared on the outside.
Yo, okay, I want to have like cool like cooking sessions with the prince.
Bam! Pow!
And I
Yes.
guess I guess if he's still doing his like philanthropy stuff, I want to help him with that too.
A lot of his work is actually trying to figure out ways to set those systems up, but codified in the government.
Yeah.
And in such a way that it will be very difficult for the next king to remove.
Yeah. I still want to help him out though. Basically, I'm helping my buddies out do what they want to do the best.
There's
And
your cooking session. There's your
Yeah.
cooking session.
Aww.
Oh, can you hear him?
Yes.
Chili, come here.
Wow.
Chili. Okay, well, that brings us up to Cyrus.
Okay, first and foremost, helping Ronald with the orphanage and the house for the poor kind of thing, you know, and helping that for the next 4 years, I guess.
Hi, Chili.
Also, I will use my special things here to try to buy and sell goods, aka merchant. So I'll be using that to raise money for myself. Also will help Altisha with the building of the base thing, because that's something I wanted to help with. What else was I doing? Oh, and of course, you know, spreading the word of Desna, why I'm doing some of the charity work and trying to build a shrine, small shrines here and there. Nothing too dramatic or anything, since it is just crossroads kind of thing. So,
Okay.
and there was one other thing I was gonna do. Keep contact with Susan. See how she's making out with living conditions, and with Armas, of course, keeping up relations with him. You know, making sure everything's up and up. Yeah, gotta keep that great contact that I have.
So, at some point during the 4 years, you all discover that the king had given your group a large sum of money as thanks for all your assistance with the election cycle, and that Altisha had claimed it for improvements for the base.
I'm fine with that.
Same. I don't care.
As long as I get food, I don't care.
As your commanding officer and all. And the king is able to do small diversions of funds. Nothing major, but he's able to send some regular money over as a stipend to a charity of your choice. And he also arranges for your friend to be properly housed.
Yay!
And
All
not
right.
terribly housed. As you find out, most of that was basically out of his knowledge, being more or less decisions his father made at the time.
Yeah, of course.
So he does a lot of attempting to
Damage control his dad's bullshit.
undo the damage that his father did out of poor emotional control skills. where he would lash out often improperly when he got, too upset. The general's men are all over the place this whole time. They are watching the king like a hawk, very closely, obviously, and stated quite outright that they have to make sure that he's not going to try to instigate or institute a permanent kingship again. And it's very unfortunate that he was the first king chosen, because they have to be just all up in his grill on everything the whole time now.
It's all right.
Maybe not
He's
those
used to it.
exact words, but close.
Yep.
The prince.
Well, hopefully it's not
or
the same
prince,
people that was supposedly all up in his grill in the castle.
The general remains nearby with his forces ready to move, and does occasionally leave and handle certain military issues that pop up that threaten the country. But he always returns to the capital to resume watching King Thalon.
Question. So, have we heard anything about the plague spreading at all?
Well, he did mention that we've been sent out on missions to deal with it before, so.
Yeah, and that's perfect, because that's the section of the time forward that I'm getting to.
Ah, sorry.
Things that happened. So, the plague has continued to spread. The cities had some early success catching some of the cultists who were using those coins to disguise themselves. And for a while, the plague cases dropped off. But they eventually returned as the main base for the cultists had not been located. And the search for it is ongoing. So part of what Zygarde's character has been doing has been coming up with ways to counteract and treat the plagues that have been popping up in concert with other members of his order. And he has had some effectiveness at that. So
Good job, dude.
most of what the king tasks him towards is research and development of treatments, because he's shown good facility for that.
When I'm not blowing stuff up.
When you're not blowing. Well, some of your... No.
It's effective.
Okay,
Sometimes you need to blow.
being
You need to blow a
effective, I
plague
guess that
victim
is-
up.
Well, oh god, I was gonna say blowing up the facilities that they're using them, but that works too, I guess.
I mean, you can do
Doing it,
both.
Yeah.
Fire always works.
It's Straffle me all over again.
The schism between the general's men and the military at large has been problematic from both an organizational and a societal standpoint. So the general and the king have discussed several times, sometimes quite loudly, dispositions on how to mend that cleft, restore faith in the system, or the new system, as it were. But they've also spent a lot of resources and time on repairing the damage done during that short but very brutal conflict. As the word went out, military forces all over the country split into two factions, and almost always ended up coming to blows, either because one group wouldn't join or the other refused to allow the group to continue with the mission after they had absconded against the legal ruler, etc. Lots of fighting, lots of violence. Hurt the number of recruits significantly, so the army is depleted. Um,
Well,
even
they also did enamor themselves to like the peasantry for those guys that are just raiding farms.
yeah, even in the towns, some towns had their guard forces split. Some people just had, or some towns just had people get into shouting matches in bars and pull out knives over the leadership.
Hmm.
There was a lot of damage to repair there. So a lot of the king and the general's time has been spent developing ways to rectify that, and it's slow going, but there seems to be an improvement. Unfortunately, the other events that have been going on haven't helped matters.
Uh-oh.
The tremors that you experienced
Oh, I had forgot about
Have-
those.
begun increasing, or have slowly increased in frequency.
Does it have anything to do with that like giant like horde of like
Yes, it
elven
does.
things that you guys saw?
Yeah.
And that pillar we had pop up in our camp.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah, we totally forgot about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did. We were focusing on the fallen and the prince thing, so yeah, we kind of did.
Well, you can only juggle so many balls at once.
Yeah, this is true.
Right now, the nation is experiencing these tremors more or less weekly. There has been a lot of reconstruction done to accommodate the shaking. A lot of structures have been reinforced or rebuilt. It's actually weirdly been really good for the nation's economy, and there's a whole bunch of people getting jobs doing that type of manual labor. A lot of it is real simple. Doesn't need a lot of specialized knowledge.
Yeah, but I would imagine it's also causing a strain on supplies.
Yeah, which has been good for your hometown.
But bad for everyone else.
By the way, what I don't think we ever quite learned what was Isfeld's principal outport. What did they export?
I think I had the.
Well, wait. Svalt is just a trade town, wasn't it? I mean, they were a crossroads town, right? It was just like a place where a lot of people meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, goods passing through,
Okay, so-
entertaining people.
Okay,
And-
so I see. So they're
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of shipments.
so not necessarily exporting goods, but definitely collecting taxes on transporting them.
Yeah, and collecting the money from thirsty and hungry travelers. Sorry, my throat's starting to go, which is weird. Let's see, where was I? The earthquakes. Yeah, they've been increasing basically weekly now. There's been also a troubling increase in those wild magic storms. In the 4 years that you have been around the capital, you have seen 3 of them actually pass through the capital to pretty devastating effects. And a new phenomenon has appeared. Instead of a wild magic storm, it's an area of dead magic, where magic just stops functioning entirely. And it winds its way, much like the wild magic storms do, drifting across the surface of the nation, and just causing magic to stop working while it's there. And it took a while to be identified because obviously people don't do a lot of magic, but
No.
it's affecting more than just spell casting.
I would imagine it would affect creation of magic items too.
It affects magic items; they stop functioning. It affects supernatural abilities, kineticists, kinetic blasts, summons go away.
Is it limited? Is it limited to just arcane magic, or also both arcane and divine?
It appears to apply to anything even remotely related to magic.
Okay.
regardless of school. Even some alchemical stuff won't work in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not great. It's a very rare phenomena, but you did get the opportunity to experience one firsthand, and it was quite disturbing.
Hmm.
So hopefully Sylvia will return for the next session, and we can work out the details of the base building stuff,
Okay.
which will be the elemental that you all rescued, and then we can determine what sort of benefits and features you're going to be getting from that. And you're going to end up getting more than I had expected, because you did a lot better with the election than I had expected.
Yay!
So there's more money for you to throw at cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we busted our ass.
So we have two options now. I have stuff to go on from here. We can keep going if you want. There will be significant travel in the next section, or we can wait until next session to see if Sylvia comes back and you can get your mobile base worked out in advance.
Let's move out. I'm okay with ending it.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry.
I'm EP.
As
I just want to play Arma 3.
Yeah, and you did, and you also took your sleep medication too. So
Yeah, but I don't go to
Okay.
bed until 11, so.
Yeah, my only addition would be that for some reason my voice seems to be trying to go away.
yeah,
So we gotta give them a break. Yep, I feel like it's a good place to wrap up.
yeah.
We did it, guys! We survived! Some fucking hell.
I do have one question for you, Magic, after people leave. So
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
All right, I'm gonna end the recording here then.
Oh, Brett,
Yes.
you asked me about a specific thing in a message earlier, and I said, nope, not at all, nothing. But you have time to research one of those features and potentially add it to an existing firearm.
Okay. I do have an idea that I'll run by you.
Okay.
That is a feature of that particular weapon. So I'll send that to you over Discord.
All right, cool beans.
Okay. Oops. Okay, so everyone, we're going to be ending this session here tonight, a little bit early, but we got 3.5 hours in, so that's pretty good. So, we will see you guys next time. Don't know if we are going to be doing when I'm going to be starting my campaign. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But in the meantime, thank you for watching and good night.